My biggest complaint with the game, honestly, I feel the voice acting quality overall was lower, and I think that some of the character rewrites was a little bit weak. The worst offender here is Hammond. Hammond is honestly kind of cardboard. He just doesn't have any emotion for the most part. And I think largely the intensity and emotion in a lot of the voices of the characters is downplayed. Kendra's voice actress is the same person, and she in the original game was like freaking out. Totally rightly so.
What? What the hell were you thinking? Were you trying to get us killed?
I just saved our asses, Miss Daniels. Now settle down, let's get to work. Corporal, report.
The Ishimura was the first Planet Cracker class vessel, and is now the only.
And Hammond was the one that was like keeping everyone together in the original game. Hammond was keeping people on point and on task. And this is why Hammond was my favorite character in the original game, because he had his head on straight.
There should be a security detail in here.
Yeah? Well, there's not. There's nobody here. I can't pick up any broadcast.
That security console's still live. Isaac, log in and see what you can find. Kendra, get that elevator back online.
Power's dead.
Look, if we all cooperate, we can figure this out a lot sooner.
Where's the security detail? Where's anybody?
There's nothing logged. No duty roster, no power to the elevator.
For God's sake. That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
Given the extreme duress that everyone's in, people were weirdly calm. This moment played out early in the game, and this kind of solidifies one of my point here, which is I'm in the tram replacing area. I just had slaughtered several necromorphs, and I had taken damage, and I was covered in blood, and I was wailing on them and shooting them and everything, and it was dark, and it was all kinds of spooky. And Kendra's like, so how's the thing going along? I was like, it's going on great. And I'm like, where is the part where people are like hyperventilating and like cursing each other out and like screaming?
Isaac, we ran into more of them on the way over here. Are you okay?
More what? What the hell are those things? Is that the crew?
Keep your voice down. Whatever they are, they're not friendly, and half the doors on this ship are locked because of the quarantine. Now, we have to get to the bridge, but first, we gotta repair the tram system.
You're crazy, Hammond. You're gonna get us all killed.
If you listen to me, I will get you out of here alive.
Another thing, too, was like Kendra was doubting Hammond. You're out of your league. You're in over your head. We're all gonna die because of you.
Whatever was in the flight lounge must have left. That's lucky for us. Isaac, get back to the Kellion and prep it for launch. We'll find out what we can from the bridge and meet you there.
If we live that long, you're out of your league, Hammond. This is suicide. We're going to die out here.
Your lack of confidence in me is duly noted, Miss Daniels. But I have a mission to complete, and that's exactly what I am going to do, with or without you. Do we understand each other?
Just get us out of here alive.
That's all good stuff, and it's just downplayed a lot.
What the hell is happening down there? What happened to the shuttle?
That was our ride home. It's the only way off the ship.
Kendra.
No, Hammond! This changes everything!
Just let me think.
Isaac, what's happening down there?
Johnson's gone.
Here's another question. This is part of my problem, how they make Hammond stupid in the remake. Why doesn't Hammond, or anybody for that matter, radio to Johnston, oh, by the way, there's alien space zombies. Lock the door.
Isaac, what's happening down there?
Johnson's gone. Kellion 2, a singularity core overloaded.
Why does no one react to the fact that the monsters are destroying the singularity core? Johnston and Isaac are both watching this live feed of the monsters like whip their tail and like destroy the singularity core, but they just like don't react to that.
Oh god. Singularity core.
Isaac's like, oh, the singularity core. And Johnston like is seeing the monsters for the first time, right? Why wouldn't she be like, what is that? What am I seeing right now? Another thing, too, is like, why doesn't Isaac tell Hammond and Kendra that the monsters destroy the singularity core? This is like a big revelation that they're like semi-intelligent.
A singularity core overloaded.
The Ishimura's overrun with the fucking monsters. You didn't hear anything?
Look how stiff his face is. I don't think that you could have less emotion in this shot if you tried. And they make these moments in the game where you like take your, like Isaac takes his helmet off and he puts it like on his hip or whatever between like his armpit sort of, and you can like walk around, and it's the most awkward thing. Like you're walking around, like if you go to the bridge, there's one part where Hammond's there and you have the ability to just walk around wherever you want, and Hammond's like talking to the air and Isaac's like not looking at him, like you're like rubbing your face across the wall and he's like, yeah, we need to do this stuff, it's really important. It's just like, I don't have to have total control over my character while I'm holding my helmet, right? That's not an important part of gameplay. If you want to have a cutscene with some exposition, fine. Write some good dialogue, put some good emotion in there, and when I go through the room, take control. Isaac takes his helmet off, gets a breather, just have the conversation, make it look natural. Anyway, it's goofy, honestly. The game is good. I swear the game is like super, super good. And for me, I would rather have 3 high-quality cutscenes than 10 not so high quality cutscenes. Just give me the quality ones. Everything else is gameplay. If you're going to take control from the player, make it good. And don't pretend like I'm in control with this weird, you can hold your helmet and walk around. Because most players are going to ignore, I mean, I don't, but most players are going to ignore the dialogue. They're going to walk around because they have control and their monkey brain wants to control the character. But all you're doing is detracting from the actual dialogue that's happening. So take control from the player. Have Hammond and Isaac talking face to face and expressing themselves and getting all the words out, and then give the control back to the player. There's a lot to critique Callisto Protocol on, but one thing that they did correctly was generally natural dialogue. After I played the Dead Space remake several times, I went back to Callisto. I was surprised at the difference in quality of dialogue. The Callisto dialogue is actually way more natural. I'm not saying the writing is good. I don't actually have an opinion on that, to be honest. But the dialogue presentation is way more natural. And I think it has to do with the fact that they were using the motion capture / performance capture technology, where they put the little bits all over the actor and they're actually looking face to face with the person they're talking to. They're acting as if they would be normally acting. And the end result was better. And I'm thinking about other games too. I know God of War used a lot of performance capture as well, and the dialogue flows pretty well. I also have here some of the audio logs, and the reason why the game is old by game standards, but the voice acting is good, because a good performance is like a timeless thing. Typically, they'll be good for like 100 years. The graphics age, but the performances will be good for a long time.
It's been 2 days since they pulled that planet open, since the captain died. The panic, the riots, they were nothing compared with what came after. Our friends, our co-workers started coming back, changed, coming back to kill us, drag us away. Rucker disappeared this morning, and I have to assume he's dead. My crew, they're starting to crack. This is Temple. Screw the engine. I can't restart it by myself, and with all the other shit going on, it's obvious this is sabotage. I'm heading for the bridge, and then I need to find Elizabeth. Bridge, come in. We've been boarded. Repeat, the ship has been boarded. We are under attack. Open fire. How are they? They've already killed most of the deck staff. We need security backup here immediately. Guns are useless. We can't hold them back for very long. The bridge is fucked. I don't know what went on in there, but I'm not sticking around in case whatever did it comes back.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? My name is Eileen Fisk. I just woke up in here and everybody was gone. I don't know what's happening. Why did they all leave? I'm going to try and find someone. If you can hear this, please come for me. I can hear scratching in the walls. Hello? Who's there? Are you a doctor? Why is everyone... Wait, I know you. You're Harris, the prisoner from the colony. You killed that nurse. Help! Somebody help me! Please!
I'm not saying that all the voice acting in the remake was bad, but I do think that overall it's a drop in quality. And again, Dead Space is like a super good game. I highly recommend it. Buy it at full price. It's totally worth it. But there are some just weird parts of the game that stuck out to me, and there are some other areas, but I don't want to kind of like beat this horse too much. Some of the dialogue and rewrites were a little bit weak. The overall writing is fine, but like it's really the execution of dialogue and some of the decisions were a little bit weak, in my opinion. Ultimately, I'm here for the gameplay, the weapons, and the monsters, and kind of the exploration. That's what I really care about the most in games. But the story and the atmosphere and kind of what I'm seeing in the environment is like all that stuff's like a close second. So it still matters to me, but it was a little bit odd. So what do you think about my critiques and the comparisons to the original Dead Space? The fidelity in Dead Space Remake, or it's not actually called Dead Space Remake. The fidelity in the new Dead Space game is definitely better than the old Dead Space game, but some of this stuff's just kind of weird. So do you agree with my critiques? What are your thoughts on the dialogue and some of the comparisons I made in the new game versus the old game? If you have any thoughts on that sort of thing, let me know in the comments. Thanks.